this morning. God's testimony and our testimony. Testimony. Everybody say testimony. Amen. This book right here is a book of testimony. You know one thing about that, Brother Russell? The more I realize that's exactly what this is.
Amen.
It is a book of testimony.
Amen. Come on.
And when you stop and turn and look at your life is a testimony.
Yes.
That's what this is.
That's right.
This is a book full of the lives of men and women from cover to cover
Amen.
whose life is a testimony.
Amen.
Did you know that God had a testimony?
Yes, He did.
Amen.
Come on.
Huh?
Yes.
And that Jesus has a testimony?
Amen.
Praise God. Hallelujah. That's what I want to talk about. Father, I thank you this morning because your Spirit is definitely here with us.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
Lord, bless us now with your word. Let us hear from heaven. In Jesus' name. Everybody say in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
But let me lay a little groundwork here. When Moses built the ark, how many knows what the ark is? Or was? I guess it's still around. It's still around somewhere. It was a box about approximately 4 feet long, a couple of feet wide, a couple of feet deep maybe. A box made out of wood. It was covered with gold. And it was in this box that Moses laid the 10 Commandments and the manna and the rod that budded. Aaron's rod that budded. This was the place of the testimony of God. This is where the testimony was laid.
Come on.
What testimony is that? The testimony of the law.
Yes.
What does it testify to? To our sins. Is that right?
Yeah.
God's testimony to man was that you are guilty. God's law, God's precepts are holy and just and good and perfect. The Bible says in one place they are perfect, converting the soul. God's law then, His law is perfect. But it testifies against man's imperfection. What does the law do but to show what sin is?
Come on.
It doesn't help to eradicate sin. It can only show what sin is. It can't give life. It can only bring death. Because everyone falls short of those precepts of keeping the law of God. So God's testimony is that we're all guilty. We are all guilty of sin. That God is holy. All right, when He made that ark and He put that testimony in there, God says, now what I want you to do is put a mercy seat. Now this is the part I like. Hallelujah. I want you to make a mercy seat, which is a lid, to put on top of this ark with the cherubims of the angels. Remember, the angels, one on each side, and they faced each other, and their wings were spread out toward each other on top of the ark. And God called this the mercy seat. But He said, I want you to put the mercy seat over the ark of the testimony. Woo! Glory to God. You already got it, don't you?
Amen.
The mercy seat then is placed above that testimony, that law that testifies against sin. The mercy seat. Do you follow me?
Yes.
Hallelujah. Somebody say hallelujah for the mercy seat.
Hallelujah for the mercy seat.
Amen.
Praise God. All right. All right, turn with me then. Now that's the beginning of it right there. That God's law God's law has been broken, but God has prepared a place of mercy.
Yes.
And notice that it's on top of, it's above or over
Yes.
that law. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Stay with me now. Praise God. All right, Isaiah 8, verse 13 says, "Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense, to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem." How many know so far who he's talking about? He's talking about, this is a scripture that Paul quotes in the book of Romans or different places throughout the New Testament when he speaks of Christ, who is the rock of offense and stone of stumbling. He said the builders of the temple stumbled over that stumbling stone. What does that mean? That means when they built a temple and they had all these stones cut and brought in and laid around, the master builder would choose these stones, and they would have to be cut perfect. They had to be square, and they had to be square and flat and smooth in order to fit in place.
Amen.
And the cornerstone had to be perfect. The cornerstone had to be absolutely perfectly square, so that all the other stones that were put in place would fit right up against the stone to keep everything in line. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
The Bible says that Jesus then was the cornerstone that was rejected. They stumbled over that stumbling stone and said, "No, this stone doesn't fit into our plans. This stone doesn't fit into our plans and what we want to build here." And so they rejected it. They stumbled over it. In other words, it was laying there, but they just went right by it and stumbled over it and fell on the ground.
Amen.
But they didn't choose that stone. They put it aside. And this is what he's talking about. But the Bible says that Christ has become the head of the corner.
Amen.
He is behold, I lay in Zion, what does it say?
A foundation stone.
A foundation, a stone for a foundation. And he that believes on him shall not be confounded.
That's right.
He that believes on him will not be ashamed.
Amen.
He that believes on him will know that he is the true cornerstone, and he himself will have a testimony in his own heart that Christ is that rock of ages.
Amen.
Woo, glory to God.
Yes, amen.
Boy, it's just gooder and good. I started studying all this, and my Lord, there's too much here. I can't get it all in there. So I'm just going to have to skip over the top of it, and just kind of let your minds and your heart just sink down into it. Because, man, if you get in there and start studying and reading it, you're going to find out how beautiful that Jesus really is.
Amen.
Amen.
And the plan of salvation that God had prepared before even the world was, how beautiful that it is.
Yes.
That was rejected by the Jews at that time. But God had a great plan.
Amen.
Hallelujah. And many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken. Now listen to the next verse. Bind up the testimony. Bind up the testimony. Seal the law among my disciples. Woo, glory to God.
Amen.
God's making changes here. Hallelujah. Do you hear what I'm saying? God is doing something wondrous right here.
Amen.
Hallelujah. What does he say? I'm going to show those that believe in me. I'm going to show them things they've never heard. They're going to have Bible says that we are sealed by the Holy Spirit until the day of redemption.
Amen.
So that everything that God has placed within us is sealed.
That's right. Come on.
Amen.
Buying a testimony. What does that mean? Tie it up, put it away, bind it up. It will not have any more force. It will lose its power, it will lose its force. And put my law among my disciples.
Amen.
Let's read on. What is he talking about? He's still talking about Jesus. I will wait upon the Lord, and then he hides his face from the house of Jacob. I will look for him. Behold, this is where Hebrews quotes it. The writer of Hebrews quoted this verse right here. He says, behold, I and the children whom the Lord has given to me.
Amen.
Read it in Hebrews.
Amen.
Hebrews says the same thing. He's writing what the writer of what Isaiah said. Behold, I am the children whom the Lord has given to me.
Amen.
This is Christ speaking here.
Amen.
Are for signs and wonders in Israel from the Lord of hosts, which dwells in Mount Zion. Can you say amen to that?
Amen.
So, we see then that Christ has come. He has sealed the law among his disciples. Now, what are we talking about here? Hallelujah. There is so much to this, Bill. Man, I'm just scratching the surface. There is so much that could be said.
Amen.
But I haven't got the time. Maybe we need to get into study about that sometime. About this whole thing. Because it's a wondrous study. It's a beautiful thing here.
Amen.
About the testimonies of God. And the testimony of Christ.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah. One speaks one way, and the other speaks of death, and the other speaks of life.
Amen.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Is the law of God unjust? Is it unholy? No, it is not. The law of God is spiritual, it is holy, it is good.
Amen.
But man, because of his flesh, this law became weak because of the sinful flesh of man. It could not accomplish in man what God wanted to accomplish because man's flesh is weak and sinful. Therefore it was weak. The law was weak. But praise God, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? Thanks be unto God through Christ Jesus our Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Behold, therefore, there is now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus has made me free from the law of sin and death. Praise God. Glory to God. You talk about the testimony of life. Jesus Christ is the testimony of life. Can you say amen?
Amen.
The law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord.
Death came by Moses,
Amen.
but life came by Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Man, I'm just touching the highlights here, friends. There's so much here. I wish I could get into all of it.
Oh, it's good.
Hallelujah. The Word of God is so beautiful.
Yes, they are.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Seal the law among my disciples. Seal it among my disciples. He says, this is a new covenant that I will make with them in those days, saith the Lord. Not like their fathers when I brought them and took them by the hand and brought them out of the land of Egypt. But he said, this is a new covenant.
Yes, amen.
He said, I will put my laws where? Where's he going to put the law? In your heart. He's going to write them in your mind. He said, and